Hi, boys and girls. It's good to be with you again. So, today we're going to be drawing a castle in the style of artist Mary Blair, the first woman who worked for the Walt Disney Company. She worked for them many, many, many years ago, and she did many cartoons that you're familiar with. But what she's most familiar with is the ride that's at every Disney park in the world. It's a Small World. And the front of that ride always looks like a castle. And so, what we're going to do is we're going to make our own version of that today. And it's really easy and so much fun. We're using straight lines, lots of them. Of course, you know that's easy. And then we'll be using simple shapes like circles, half circles, triangles, squares to make all the details. You'll be surprised at how amazing your drawing looks without doing any difficult steps at all. It's so nice and easy and fun. But what I want to show you first is a little doll that I got as a gift many years ago, and it's from Russia, and it's called a nesting doll. And the cool thing about it is you twist it and open it, and there's another doll inside. And I'll twist that one and open it, and there's another doll inside, and twist and open, and one more. This one does not open. This is the smallest one. But when I looked at the drawings of Mary Blair when I was coming up with this lesson to share with you, it really reminded me of these nesting dolls because with her designs, we just keep putting shapes inside of shapes inside of shapes to come up with some really, really great things. So let's get started. All you're going to need is a pencil and paper to get started with. Later on, you'll need something to add color, and we'll talk about that later. But let's get started. I'm going to start on my paper with a straight line. I'm going to leave some space at the top and draw straight down to the bottom. Now, I'm going slowly because I want my line to be nice and straight, and so I'm going to ask you to do the same thing. Take your time and relax. And there's my first line. Okay. Now I'm going to add a line next to it, about halfway between the line I just drew and the edge of the paper. And it can be the same size, or it doesn't have to be. It's completely up to you. And now a line that's halfway between here and the left side of the page. So what I've done is I've actually drawn 4 buildings or towers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I need to make each one of these spaces look like a building. So I'll start over here, and I could draw a line straight across. Could do that, but I think I'm going to have this one be a little bit short. So I'm going to start with the edge and draw straight over and touch. There's one. And I'm just going to connect these 2 lines for the second one. Let's make this one a little taller. I'll add some onto it, just a little bit. And connect them. And maybe I'll have this last one a little bit lower. Okay, so these steps that I just showed you, these are the only steps that you need to follow for your building, for your castle. From here on in, you can make whatever designs you want. Now, You can watch me make mine. If you want to make yours look like mine, that's fine, but it's always more fun to make something that's all your own. But I can show you the technique, the directions that I'm using to make mine. So right now I'm thinking of different lines and shapes, how I can make each of these buildings look different. Now, on the lesson, I included a picture that Mary Blair designed when she was planning on making It's a Small World many, many years ago. So you can look at that picture, and you can also go back and look at the videos. Let's see, I think for this one I'm going to make a triangle. So I'm going to come up and down. And I think with this one, I'm going to make zigzags across the top. And this one, I want to do a nice big sort of pointy shape. It's not going to be a triangle, but I think I'll curve it up like this. Ooh, that'll be fun. And then curve back up over here. Now it's time to start adding all sorts of extra things. So maybe I'll continue working on the tops, but I'll just do one building at a time. Mary Blair liked to take spaces and divide them into smaller spaces, just like the nesting doll, just like this one. There's smaller things inside, so I think what I'll do, make a line come the whole way down. And maybe I'll do a door on this one. I'm going to curve up, curve, and I'll touch that line. And then back down. I have an idea. I'm going to go in that same direction. Now I'm going this one. Let's see, what do I do? How about in here, I'm going to put something. How about a heart? Let's see, I think I'll divide this space up again. Let's see. Make a line across here, and here, and I think in each one of these I'm going to make an X. So look at all these lines that I'm drawing. Remember I told you at the beginning that I'm going to be using a lot of straight lines. They're so easy to draw. But just by adding these simple lines, look how cool my drawing is looking. It's starting to look much better and much more exciting. I think, let's see, how about down here, I'm going to add some circles. And my circles, they are not perfect. You can see they're a little lumpy, but you know what? That's okay. I don't know about you, but I'm not a machine and I don't make things perfectly all the time, but I think that's one of the fun things about making artwork. So there's my second building. Let's see for the third one. I am going to draw down the center again. Let's see, have a line here, and a line here, and let's do, oh, how about some curves that go up? more building to go. I think I'm going to add a little curvy triangle on top of that. And then a circle. Let's see, what will I do for this one? I know. It's a Small World. They always have a big clock on the front of the building. So I'll add a circle that sort of looks like a clock. Let's make this space smaller. And I'm going to add some curved lines. And let's see, I think I'll add a curve, like a rainbow line down here. And I'm going to stop. So what I'm going to do right now is pause, and you can have a drawing that's sort of simple looking like this one. It doesn't have to have tons and tons of lines on it. But what I'm going to do is pause. I'm going to add some more on mine, and then I'm going to come back. Hi, I'm back. You can see that I added extra lines to mine. It's something that you can do if you choose to do. You don't have to. It's up to you how simple or complicated you want your design to be. Whatever you choose is going to be wonderful. I added just some little straight lines on this shape. I added some bumpy lines to the roof. I added some triangles into this door. I added another curve in each one of these rectangles. I added some straight lines on either side of the shape that looks like a clock, and a curvy triangle that's smaller inside the large one. Down here, I added something, I thought it sort of reminded me of like a clover. I thought that might be a neat thing to put in there. Whatever you decide to add to yours is wonderful. Now, the last step is putting on the color. And for that part, you can do a couple different things. If you have crayons or color pencils to do yours, that's great. Those are the only things I have at my house right now, so I'm going to be adding color on mine with color pencils. If you have markers, there's another part of the lesson that Miss Zackrell is going to be sharing with you that I know you will love. It's so much fun. She and I were talking about it, and I know you're going to enjoy it. So at this point, I'm going to pause. I'm going to color mine so you can see what it looks like finished. But then you can also move along and do Miss Zackrell's part of the lesson, which is about adding color in a really, really fun way. So give me a few moments and I'll be right back. Hi, I'm back. I just finished coloring my drawing. It's only been a split second for you, but it's been quite a while for me. And so what I did when I went through my pencil color box is I tried to choose the brightest and happiest colors that I could find, but you can see I also did some dark colors too. I added some black in there. So when you're going through your colors, whether they're pencils, crayons, or markers, try to choose the brightest ones you find, and then maybe put some black in there to make some of those bright colors show up. That's what Mary Blair did a lot when she was making hers. Well, I do have one more suggestion for you. It did take me quite a while to color mine, I'll be very honest with you. And I know sometimes we get very impatient to finish our artwork right away. But what I want you to do is this. When you work on yours, because it has so many wonderful and amazing details, I want you to work on it for a little bit, then put it aside and do something else for a while. Then come back to it maybe an hour later or maybe even a day later and work on it bit by bit. And that way, your Mary Blair design will turn out really, really wonderful. I hope you had fun drawing yours, and I hope you have fun adding color. And like I said before, there's a second tutorial by Miss Zackerl that's going to show you a very special way to add color to your design. I know you're going to enjoy it a lot. So thank you for being here with me, and I can't wait to see how yours turn out. Take care. Bye.